Hello. Okay, so let's talk medical. What do I look for in a lumbar puncture? What do I look for it to be a successful and so that it makes me happy? Let's put it that way, because a lumbar puncture never makes you happy. So number one, please avoid touching a nerve. That's sort of like my number one. Please, I've had nerves touched with a needle, and it's not pleasant. If you've ever had a nerve touched, ouch. Fortunately, no nerve was touched this time. Number two, please don't go in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out, because the more times you go in and out with the needle, the more I'm in pain. Hence, we go into fluoroscopy and the use of fluoroscopy. So the doctor or the interventional radiologist uses basically a sophisticated X-ray machine. I don't want to go into a lot of detail here, to see exactly what is the best place to go into. My situation is a bit complicated simply because my lumbar sac has been used so many times that it has developed a bit of a hard zone to go into. Trying not to use very technical words here. The needle, it actually if you go to poke my lumbar sac, there's resistance, and many doctors have pointed out that it's actually hard to penetrate. And there are back areas that are difficult to go into also, because my spine has suffered because of these surgeries. So they don't actually go in the normal space or by the normal angle. And in fact, if they go into certain angles, my pressure will not be measured correctly. So it's an interesting science. It is actually good if you're going to have repeated lumbar punctures. It would be best if you found one place and one doctor to do them, because usually they use the same technique. They get to know you, and they use the same the same pathway in a way, because different people will do it differently, and you will get different readings. Okay, I'm not talking from, please don't quote me, I am not a doctor. But this has been told to me by doctors. That's why I am stating this. But I this is not a hard rule that I am quoting from research. So the validity and reliability of those words are only experiential. Let it be known. This is, as you very well know, idiopathic intracranial hypertension is a beast in many ways. So you could have a spinal tap today and have a high pressure. You could have a spinal tap next week and you would expect the same result, and you can get a widely different result and not understand why. I have a lot of theories about that. One day maybe I'll do a video on that. Now that I have actually this October I'll be making 28 years on this illness, unfortunately. So more technicality on the last video I mentioned. We have requested, my neurologist has requested that they use an ultramatic needle. This is a special needle that is a thinner, I would call it, needle, so that it will cause a smaller hole penetrating the lumbar sac area. Which means also that it's going to take a lot longer for the CSF fluid to lower. So you're going to be on the table longer. Please do realize this. but it also means that it lessens the possibility of a blood patch being needed. And this is, there are a few research studies out there that showed that it does help. It has helped me need less blood patches, so I do recommend you look into that if this is an issue for you. It has helped me tremendously. So this was used last time. So we have first of all a doctor that really explains everything, that all the steps he's taking. Also, I would like to mention I have an issue with, I have both shoulders, I have rotator cuff issues, so I have to lay on my side. So I have been asked in the past to lay on my stomach. This is something that with fluoroscopy has been used. This is not the proper way to do a spinal tap for an idiopathic intracranial hypertension patient, but it is sort of asked of us. I have rotator cuff issues, and I have conceded, and this is a thorn on my side, and I've laid on my stomach, doing further damage to my shoulders. But it is not the proper way for a patient like us to do to have a spinal tap done. So this time I laid on my side, and now I insist. Now I'm determined. If they ask me to lay any other than on my side, I literally just say, okay, I guess we'll be scheduling. And so that's the protocol. So that's the second thing. So the needle, the laying on my side, and the doctor telling me exactly what he is doing, and the fact that they don't touch a nerve. So all those are the things to me that make a good spinal tap in the moment. I know that I've sort of haven't said things in the right order, but those are the things that make a good spinal tap. And of course, when a doctor communicates, as I would hope he would, and he says you have an opening pressure of, and I'm going to make up a number. I had a high pressure this time, that he lowers it, and usually my ideal pressure to lower to is around 15. It was lowered a little bit lower than that this time, but so if you can sort of know or have an idea, and the interventional radiologist is not going to listen to you, but if they know beforehand of what they should be lowered to, and they should listen to you. They should listen to you. But usually they have in the script an order from your doctor of what they should be doing, or they should know what it is they should lower it to. So it is great if they communicate with you. Your opening pressure is this, and now I am doing this, and I am slowly lowering it to this. So that is, for me, what makes a great spinal tap. The automatic needle, no touching of nerves, that the doctor communicates everything he's doing step by step, and that then he tells you the opening pressure, the closing pressure, and obviously that when he's pulling out and everything else. One lasting thing I will say is I appreciate when doctors make sure that they do the iodine, they clean up. My understanding is they're supposed to do it 3 times. Not everybody does it 3 times. It's not a requirement. I understand there is research that suggests 3 times is the ultimate time. I would love to know what you think is best. I reserve more comments on that for another time. But that's another another element that I want to put on this list of things that are optimal for me. I hope you have gotten something out of this video, and I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.